Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
I'm a relationship hacker.
Run up and get touched up, suicide. And all of y'all know my style. I excel, then prevail. Run up and get touched up, suicide, that's it. And all of y'all know my style. I excel, then prevail.
Hey, Zoe Williams back in the building. Y'all have no idea how excited I am today. We have solved our Wi-Fi issue. The ZOWHAT Morning Show back in the building on Dash Radio, Dash Talk, to be specific. Back in the building, we have solved it. No more Wi-Fi issues, man. We got the Ethernet. Yeah, no more breakdowns, man. It's going down. You guys heard that Black Power Awards promo. I will be at the Black Power Awards. I will be doing an after party where I'm the host along with this young lady named Sunny Patterson, incredible spoken word artist. And we're going to be honoring one of the greatest MCs of all time, Rakim, from Eric B. and Rakim fame and legend. Rakim Allah, one of my favorites, period. You feel me? Just one of my favorites, period. In my hip hop pantheon, you don't get Nas without Rakim, right? You know, you don't get a lot of lyricists without Rakim. Specifically Nas, particularly Nas. So, man, they asked me to, host that after party in that particular event. I'm on deck for Rakim. Are you crazy? Oh, man, I can't wait. So go to blackpowerawards.com. It's November, I think, 17th through the 19th. Don't listen to me with regards to the exact dates. Don't listen to me. Go to the website, blackpowerawards.com. David Banner is hosting the entire event. It's going to be super fly. This is the second annual Black Power Awards. So please continue to support that movement. My homeboy James Martinez is in the building, and he has a product that, if it lives up to the description, y'all all better run to the website right now and crash it. Will you tell these people what it is? I know you got your guy on the phone who engineered it, but tell these people what this is.
Well, this is Carbon C60. It's a nanotechnology. Nanotechnology is probably going to be the beginning transition in a whole new form of health and medicine. I was doing an interview in Boulder, Colorado, and I was introduced to the engineer Bob Greska to open up the door on this whole new beginning for medicine. And when I initially heard about the nanotechnology in Buckminster Fullerene, I immediately said, this is going to be the new beginning of engineering and the kind of cognitive and physical upgrade that people need today because of all the toxicity that we have in our environment. Because as many people know, today, living a healthy lifestyle, you have to work at it. You have to pick your foods wisely. You got to exercise. And one of the enhancements that Bob Greska engineered was C60 Buckminster Fullerene, which can be found and detailed explanation of it. There's a lot of information about Buckminster Fullerene online, but C60 or C-60.com, they can see who it is, what it is, and as well as do their own research. And when I initially was introduced to 660, I knew that behind the scenes that the ability to clean one's cells or alter your biology on a subatomic level, this was going to be the way. And how
so this is like a powerful antioxidant.
Yeah, it is the strongest one in the world, by far, more than any food.
And what is it? Carbon?
Yeah, it's carbon. So
Wow.
it's not a food, it's not a drug, it's not anything. It's engineered carbon. It's a molecule. And the molecule has specific properties when it is ingested into the body. So it doesn't have any toxicity to it, and it's usually washed out within 8 hours or so, depending on the amount you're taking. So when somebody's taking this, they're going to have an enhanced performance. Most athletes, people that are in tune physically with their body, they notice it quickly, especially athletes, because I've given it to lots of athletes. And if you work out a lot, you're not going to have lactic acid buildup at all. I've tested it myself, and it pretty much deletes that issue altogether. So it enhances your physical properties that you have now, and then
Is it
allows the
expensive?
body to be more efficient
Wow.
in
Is
its
it expensive?
overlay of cells.
Is it expensive?
Not for what you're getting. It's really expensive to manufacture. There's only like 4 or 5 places in the world that make it.
Wow.
And lucky enough that Bob came to me, and his intentions were pure, and he understood that this was going to be the whole new form of the beginning of health for a lot of people.
Wow. And you said this is what the elite are using.
Yeah, I know a lot of people in nanotech outside of these people, or Carbon-60, this manufacturer, Greska. And if people look online, they can see what nanotechnology is doing and how it's manufactured and so forth.
Is your guy on? The guy
I believe
who created
so, yeah.
it? Hey, Darren, can we get the guy who manufactured this on? Let's get him on for a couple minutes.
Fail a drug test, right?
Oh, that won't interfere with anything.
So is Bob on the line? Bob?
Yeah, this is Bob Greska.
So you created Carbon-60.
Yes, I did. I came up with a different process to make Carbon-60. I was not the original developer,
Gosh.
but I developed a different process to make it, which produces single molecules of Carbon-60. So they're single; they're not clustered together. So they have a great mobility. Go around and seek out and find those free radicals and eradicate them.
Say, Bob, probably what you want to do, because I presume that this is like new information for a lot of people. So, Bob, why don't you go ahead and tell them how it all came to be, the C60 came to be.
Oh, okay. Well, Carbon-60 started in 1985. It was discovered, and it was Nobel prized in 1966 by the gentleman Smalley who discovered it. And there's been a lot of medical research looking into the uses of Carbon-60 molecule. It's made up of 60 carbon atoms in a spherical shape. It looks like a soccer ball. It has the unique ability to donate electrons. And with that ability to donate electrons, atomic-sized particle, it can attach to free radicals or toxic metals or ionically charged metals in your body and disable them or neutralize them. And they pass 10 hours, like most things do. But the Carbon-60 molecule has been studied quite a bit with a lot of scientists.
So Bob, you're telling me that it'll pass through your body in 10 hours.
Pretty much, yeah. It's going to hook onto molecules in your body, or not. They're going to share an electron. These particles, the atomic attraction of an electron missing, the plus and minus charges, it pulls them together, and they disassociate or complete that free radical. So, because a free radical is a molecule missing an electron, so it donates that electron, and so it's not a molecule that does not work anymore. Now it makes that molecule function. And
Bob,
so
we're
they
going to probably
don't
take a break.
inhibit
Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
We'll be right back, I assume.
Hey, Bob, we appreciate you calling in. I need to know one thing. How do people who are listening right now, how do they go to the website, find out about it, and get all of the information that you're sharing right now, because obviously this is an involved kind of process and people need to understand exactly what it is. So where do they get that information? What's your website?
Yeah, they can go to our website. We have 2 methods to get there. One is to go to www.c-60.com, or you can go
Hold on. Wait a minute. That's www.carbon60.com?
No, it's www.c.
I see it.
60.com.
I see it. www.c-60.com. This is what I encourage all my people who are listening to this show to do, who are watching this. Go to the website and read on it. www.c-60.com. I got mine. I got like 6 bottles of this.
So this product helps with cancer too at the same time.
That's
right?
what I said. This product helps with cancer.
Right.
Correct.
I know we probably ain't supposed to say that.
No. We're not supposed to say it helps cure cancer.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not supposed to say that.
We're not supposed to say that according to the FDA.
owns
Yes.
the word cure, not
Well,
you or
really?
Let's
Yeah,
let's
they own
use
it.
this. Let's put it where it is. Okay, it's a misnomer that one person has cancer over another. We all, with what's in the food, what's in the water, we all have cancer. The job is to make the body such a hostile environment for it that it cannot catch root.
Right.
And when you find somebody that's got cancer of the liver or cancer of the pancreas or cancer of the lungs, it is because during the development, every 7 years, every cell in your body is different. Every cell.
Right.
So every time when your cells are replenishing themselves and you just ate some old bullshit or you just pulled something out of a microwave, it is replenishing and making
Stay out of my kitchen,
bullshit
nigga.
cells. You stupid. It's
I
making
just had a Marie
bullshit
Callender
cells.
Popeye.
Oh, you just had a Marie Callender Popeye? Would you wash it down with a Diet Coke? Yeah. When you put that shit in, you are what you eat. So your body starts making itself out of that bullshit. This stuff like carbon 60.
You mean like the shit I ain't gonna share?
Yeah,
Okay,
like
cool.
that shit your no sharing ass had. Juicing. Something I like to do. Bentonite clay with psyllium husk and activated charcoal.
That's why you be going crazy.
Yeah.
This nigga
Because I
be
got that
dark.
crazy energy.
Charcoal is the.
Charcoal is what's up, man.
All right, so look. Our little promotion segment is running out real quick. I just want to run off a few things. Weed Juice is in the building. My homeboy Hassan.
Oh my
Yeah, we
God.
always here.
He's always here.
God.
The juices are here for us to partake
Custom
of.
made from unicorn tears.
Right. Pineapple Sunset. Hey, give my man a juice right now. James is shit.
Nice.
In the future,
Yes.
I'm going to be teaming up with this company called Clean LA, and I'm going to be having like meals also with the juices.
Really?
Say if you don't want to cook meals, you can have a meal delivered to you, also included with my juices, and that's pretty much on my diet on the 4-day diet plan. So the company is called Clean LA, clean spelt with a C, with a K instead of a C.
Wow. And then I gotta promote this. This is cheaper than a date to the movies.
Wow. It depends on where you go to movies.
A
though.
case of this is cheaper than a date to the movies.
Is it really?
Yeah, day to the movie costs like $60.
No,
I'm
it
trying
don't.
to tell you, don't
Y'all
get
don't
no
go.
popcorn.
I go.
Well,
Whoa.
see, okay, Jeff.
I go
Dollar
with
show.
it. You know the movie? Yeah.
Right.
You know what movie they playing
I know
right
what
now.
you're talking about. They playing movies from
Shaft.
2 years ago. Right? I know the Academy on Colorado and Pasadena. I be there. It's $2 movies. Don't get it twisted. I'm aware.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Total Package Energy. This is the best energy supplement ever. Created by a holistic trainer. I ain't never met an NBA level holistic trainer.
Wow.
But this dude and his team have formulated an energy drink. It's just not a game. Here's one for you.
Oh man, thank you.
You know I don't like
being
sharing.
generous today. What's
One
going
for
on?
you.
Hey, you already stole mine.
Jeez. This energy, it's a neural enhancer. Total Package Energy. Don't play yourself. Go to the website right now. Buy you a case. This is a black-owned business. You know I like supporting black-owned businesses, man. You know I gotta do it. It's only right. What else do I have here?
That's why I fucks with Zoe.
Man.
When I go to Zoe house, you know how you go to people's house and you steal stuff? you can't steal nothing but good shit out of Zoe's house because that's all he has is really nice shit.
I be having stuff. Nobody
I
asked.
be having stuff.
First off, nobody asked you to share my stuff.
Don't be sharing this shit.
Hassan is out here tripping, man. Hey, listen, we continue to support black businesses. We want to see black businesses win. Like I said, man, that's the whole purpose of this first segment, is to make sure that you guys support. Also, don't forget to donate to this show.
How about that?
Right? We got a GoFundMe page, www.gofundme.com/Zoe Williams. That's Z-O Williams. Right. Or everybody that's in the chat room right now, which hasn't broken up. Normally by this time, we're off air. Yeah. Because we were on Wi-Fi. Now we're on Ethernet. No disruptions.
What? Did you rock the Ethernet?
We on the Ethernet, cousin.
Why did we think about that?
We on the Ethernet, cousin. They can see us right now.
With no problem.
With no problems.
How about it?
So if you're in YouTube right now, the chat room, go to that little $sign at the at the bottom of the chat room and donate right now. All right? You can go to my website, IamZoeWilliams.com, and click donations. You can donate there as well. Did somebody steal my juice?
I didn't
My
know.
juice was sitting right here.
I did not.
Don't ever steal from me, Hassan.
Hey, listen, I didn't know that was yours.
Especially after you've given it to me. Don't ever steal.
Well, wait 90 days. Wait 90 days before you do, because I've stolen from him before. We've had this conversation. I wait about 3 months and I steal again.
Don't ever steal. Okay, that's Indian giving.
No.
Wow, you gonna put that on the Indians?
No, you can't do that.
How you gonna take the white man's attitude over giving?
Wait, hold on.
He the one came up with the Indian giving.
Hold on, Indians don't exist. It's just black people.
How about that?
Okay.
If you're gonna really get at it.
I'm sorry.
If you're gonna really get at it.
So listen, continue to support all of these businesses. Again, the relationship dismount, how to stick the landing when exiting a toxic relationship at IamZoeWilliams.com. You also can get a pre-order copy of The Holographic Relationship. I'm still editing that book. It's coming along. It's going to be amazing. Pre-orders are being accepted at IamZoeWilliams.com. Listen, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, today's topic, Full House. It's about to go down in the town. Zoe Williams, voice of reason. ZOWHAT morning show, radio, talk. We'll be back. Shit. Hey, Jeff, we figured it out, homie.
We figured it.
Do you know your show is going to go live
this Thursday? I was
this
about to
Thursday?
Ask, hot damn.
We got the Ethernet.
Hot damn. And it's sticking in the back of the damn thing, but we're so fucking spoiled. That's like people that walk up to the grocery store and if the doors don't open, they just stand there. They just,
okay, cool. He blaming us.
Yeah.
We just didn't have the right questions to ask. But once we figured out the questions,
and one got a Cat 6 cable and
once we figured it out, we good now.
How about it?
No interruptions. Man, I'm excited. Today's topic, though. Listen, were we ahead of the game last week when we did the Bend the Knee show?
Oh my
and
God.
Then all week long, everybody was talking about bend the knee, bend the knee, bend the knee.
I hate to burst your bubble there, Lord Zoe. Yeah. But we done been ahead of the curve on a few joints.
I know.
A few joints. We'll start talking about it, and it's almost like
this should be right there.
Right. Like we are peering over the mountain going, hey, y'all niggas, watch this shit if it happen because we see it.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
My man.
We there. And I wanted to do a continuation of that show. So the Bend the Knee show was basically saying black men within America's current construct can't rise up the ladder of success unless they capitulate. Capitulation is an ingredient for black male success.
Let me get a half a gallon of capitulation, please.
Go along to get along. Don't rock the boat. Keep quiet. All that shit is there. So today's topic. Oh, you hear me talk about this a lot, Jeff.
Yes, sir.
We're going to break down Shakespeare. His quote, "The world's a stage," right? And everyone has a role to play. Who gave you your role? Did you author that role?
Wow.
Or did you inherit that role?
How about it?
See, they got a role they want black men to play. And if you say, I don't want this role, they have now turned what is definitely a characteristic of intelligence, which is questioning, which is standing up like, hey, wait a minute, this doesn't fit me. Oh, we're going to make that a mental illness.
Yeah.
Oppositional defiant disorder.
Yeah.
You're oppositional. You're defiant. You've got ADHD, some other shit we made up. Something's wrong. We're going to put you on medicine.
The DSM-5 tales
Yeah.
of...
Do you see?
Yeah.
So, listen, Shakespeare said it. All the world's a stage, and all men and women merely players.
That's right.
They have exits and entrances.
If you don't like me fucking you
You're
in
not
the
gonna let me
ass, you
finish
have
saying that?
anal entrance disorder.
Oh,
That's what's wrong with you.
wow.
You don't like taking it in the ass. There's something wrong with you. Now bite on this stick. I'm gonna keep going.
Fart hammers.
I'm sorry.
What's going on here? Okay, cool. So, again, I thought it was very apropos because you saw with the NFL after Trump said what he said, you saw black men who are millionaires struggling for solidarity. How do I kneel? Do I kneel with my hand over my heart so I can say I'm still acknowledging I'm not trying to fuck this money up.
Master, the rest of them got down on their knees. I didn't know what to do. So I sent you a signal. I put my hand over my heart.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Do we have the power to author our own social narrative? Stereotypes, that's a role. Do you know that the average young boy, let's say Tamir Rice was gunned down by a Cleveland police officer.
Right.
Kid is 13. One of the roles that they cast us in is young black boys look older, seem stronger, seem bigger, seem faster than they actually are, right? Seem bigger, faster, stronger than other kids of different ethnicities in the same age group.
Sound like you're describing the big game.
So a 13-year-old white boy seems smaller, meeker, slower, unathletic, and just generally more docile
Just a Jonah Hill.
than a 13-year-old black boy. These are the roles you've been casted in.
Right. I see Tupac when I look at young black boys. When I look at young white boys, I see Jonah Hill.
Do you see?
Yeah.
Do you see? Who saw the movie It?
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Let's see. Little white boys get to be reckless, and it gets written off as, oh, they're just being kids. Mm-hmm. Kids do that. I don't know kids who pull out a switchblade and carve their name in another kid's stomach for play. White kids,
Yeah, I never did that.
right? We get your ass beat.
I get it, yeah.
12 ways till Sunday.
Oh my God, that's
You
a brown
got
extension.
knife? Right.
That's a brown extension cord ass woman right there.
But do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You guys heard in the news where that young black kid, I think on the East Coast somewhere, was strangled by some white kids. Right? Mm-hmm. I'll pull up the story. They tried to hang him.
Yes.
Now, they're not being tried as adults. If the shoe was flipped,
Right.
them black kids, you tried to strangle a white boy.
He would have made it to get a rope.
We can kill your ass on sight. Today's topic. Oh my God. What role have you been casted in? And do you have the power to reject it, to claim authority over your own life? Have you discovered your purpose, or has it been given to you? Oh my God. Social role playing, a deeper look at Shakespeare's statement about the world being a stage and the role they said you were born to play on the ZOWHAT Morning Show. Oh God, we talk about propaganda. We talk about government propaganda. We talk about feminism. We talk about all this shit that's going on in the world. Mm-hmm. What narratives are we just buying into for no reason? We've got our good friend, resident conspiracy theorist. He's like the Fox Mulder of the ZOWHAT Morning Show. Yeah. We love having James Martinez on the show.
He brings it down.
James, is the American public under attack, intellectual attack, propaganda attack? What are some of the narratives that are going on that are just totally bullshit that people are buying into 100%?
Part of the problem is, I've always said this to other people, that technology dictates modality. And a lot of people don't understand that when there's an introduction of technology, It interferes with the sensory awareness and boundaries of all the cultural conditioning processes and how people relate to each other. When money was electrocuted, information started traveling at the speed of light. It altered the way people interact with each other. So advertising in the global theater, as Marshall McLuhan talked about, is a takeoff on what you were saying about with Shakespeare. So all the acceleration and the amplified extension of the central nervous system outside of the body, which is what this guy's doing right now. That's an accelerated information where they took the central nervous system, they amplified it, they took it outside the body, and this is what's interfered with all the role play and cultural conditioning and how people relate to each other. And advertising today, it has nothing to do with anything other than trying to create the Petzl Effect. What it's called is to create a delayed response to when people see advertising on TV or in billboards. They don't have an immediate judgment, they have a suspended judgment. So it waits for a small amount of time before people conform to a new idea. So it's very important for people today, especially in a modern industrial society, to monitor their own awareness before they assess judgments on everything. And television today and all the corporate-owned structures and people that are moving information, they're in charge of moving information from point A to point B. We're not in charge of that. A group of small people are running the show, controlling how people respond to information, they're controlling how people interact with information, and they're literally manipulating people, which is through something called tactility or the resonating interval. The resonating interval is the space between the five senses, which you decide what is going on in this room right now. And this was done through the cell phone and computers. And the acceleration of information is affected and is clashing everybody worldwide. So you have people who, like I was talking before we went on air, that what we have now is the end of the First Amendment, complete censorship everywhere.
How about it?
You've got people being demonetized for speaking their whatever they wish to do
on YouTube.
You've got controlled media, hyposuggestion that's dividing people instead of uniting
Slow down.
people.
You just said something.
Right.
Hyposuggestion. The fuck is that?
That's a hypnotic term. It's a hypnotic term in Milton Erickson. It's a post-suggestion. If I say, you may have a great day tomorrow because you're going to meet somebody to help you in your business. That's a post-suggestion that is a soft way of coming in and redirecting your attention. And anytime people are interacting with media, they're in a kind of a default cognitive motor program,
right?
Bouncing
so it's kind of
off
like
between
NLP.
environments. Yeah, neurolinguistic programming is all it. See what's happened.
So you're in download mode.
It used to be where they could not run domestic propaganda on a country. That was against the law. That law was changed, and now they're doing it on people, and people are not aware of that at all. So they're attacking you by dividing you and putting post suggestions in media, television, movies, and everything, and creating scenarios about whites, blacks, and everything to divide.
That's
because
just like
we've got the end of a nation, the end of the dollar, the end of a complete total structure. And what's going on at the UN and Trump and everything has to do because we have 220 at least trillion in debt of money that's not even real, that was made up by some shareholders of the Federal Reserve, and everybody's blaming everybody and blaming the president and blaming everybody else while they're dividing everybody. And the people that are handling all this are devising and preparing the new world to come in while they're doing population reduction.
My man.
Wow.
My man.
Wow.
Right.
Y'all don't see it. Y'all don't see it.
This is why Hollywood's under attack right now, because it controls a lot of the image of blacks, whites, American Indians, and so forth, and put it in a certain focus that they decide. So this year, as you probably already know, Hollywood's lost more revenue than ever because there's a big rebellion against the people that own and move information now.
Wow. This shit is going crazy right now. Do y'all understand what's happening right now? See, this is why I keep asking people, what's your purpose? Have you ever had an original thought? Have you ever had an original fear? Everything is programmed.
Ooh, I like that.
Your fears aren't even original.
Damn.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Damn, man.
So look.
Your fears are bit?
when you look at black people in America, we're the last ones to know what the fuck is really going on in the world, and where we find ourselves is in the position of choosing which choice, watch this, choosing which choice seems like the winner.
Fuck all what you talking about. Them new Jordans coming out.
No, not even that. It's more who's winning, who's gonna win. Right? We're gonna ride with whoever the winner is. In a way, the whole race has been reduced to women. Cause you know how when women say, I'm gonna choose who's got the most power.
Peacock.
That's how black people are. We sitting around waiting. This is why you see us in a space where we're kind of like, it's cognitive dissonance. Yeah. You see an NFL player kneel, but also cover his heart for an anthem whose third verse tells you we gonna kill the slaves that run away too.
Yeah.
Them slaves that tried to get away, we're gonna kill them too. That's the third verse of the national anthem.
Yep.
So in order not to offend, I'm going to kneel in protest and cover my heart. Now, mind you, propaganda says we're going to focus on the national anthem and the disrespect of the flag.
Right.
But we're not going to focus on the conditions that Kaepernick was talking about.
Right.
This is the reason why I'm kneeling during the flag, because there's police brutality, there's inequity, inequality, economic inequality, racial profile. All of this is being. Nobody wants to talk about that. We just want to talk about the flag.
Right.
Now, the president, listen, everybody's quick to say he dumb. Make no mistake, that motherfucker ain't dumb. What that dude is an actor. Please understand, he's playing a role. Now, you can't say in one breath, watch, this is a script. In one breath, he says, there's good fine people on both sides of this conflict between Whitey Locks. The Whitey Locks are mad.
Fine members of the Aryan Brotherhood.
Right. You know, the Whitey Locks are at odds with each other right now. There's fine members. And then, right after that,
them sons of bitches.
You should fire those sons of bitches. And then in between that, I'm going to destroy a nation with 25 million people in it. He said this at the United Nations, which is about peace, I was told. It's
blow these motherfuckers up.
I keep trying to tell you, the reality you live in is the greatest reality television show ever created. This is the Truman Show.
It's the global theater.
They got the biggest reality star that's fucking starring it.
And people don't understand. Democracy is a part. Watch this. I know you know this, James. I'm going to throw it to you. Democracy has its roots in Greek theater. When you study democracy, you study Greek theater too. Oh, God. People don't understand that. What are we doing? This is a show. And you got niggas waiting to see who going to win, and then we're going to join them.
And really believing the plot. It reminds me of my grandmother, my grandfather, my great-grandmother.
Hold it, Abokosha.
She could not separate at some point. I don't know if it was dementia. I don't know if it was just a generation gap, because you're talking about my great-grandmother, which means her mother was a slave. She would watch TV and could not differentiate the TV shows from the news, as in she would watch Starsky and Hutch and wonder if that shit was going to be on the news. She did not. Okay, that's what people are doing. That's what, when I hear people get super invested in Trump's impeachment, oh man, the Republicans are gonna blank. The Democrats are gonna blank. Let me say this once and for all for you Jasper ass shade tree house coons out there.
Jasper ass.
Republican and conservative, Democrat and liberal are 4 terms that white people use to describe each other. Ooh. They are not talking about your monkey ass. You look at the Constitution very carefully. You are still cattle today.
Every time I see a brother who apologizes for this depraved system, I go, you don't get it. You bought into the fact that because you got a career that you one of them.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
A homie's wife told me a great word. She said she called Ray Lewis an opportunist.
An opportunist.
I was like, that is the gold right there.
Oh my
an
God.
Opportunist.
An opportunist.
And whenever an opportunity comes up,
An opportunity.
this is an opportune time to take a photo.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
This
a great
looks
word.
very
That's a great
opportunistic
word
for me.
Shout out to Herman's wife.
Oh my God, Mrs. Herman's wife. That's why.
Yeah, that was great.
An opportunity.
Opportunity. If I hear you, I'm finna steal that Mrs. Herman's wife.
Shit, I could
That's
smoke
what I
a bag
told her
of
last
that.
night too. I said, that's mine now.
Opportunity.
This is an opportunity for us to rise as a people.
Oh my God.
That's tis mine.
This is not
Patriotism.
the opportune time for that.
So watch this. Patriotism, true or false, for the whole panel. Patriotism is as dogmatic and rigid as religion.
How about it is a religion?
James, say more than Jeff,
Yes.
then of course Kev.
Well, I grew up on 4 continents. I didn't get to the United States till last year of high school, and patriotism. I've always been kind of like, I've never had any problems with any other races, colors, or anything. And then when I arrived in the United States, and having not lived here as an American, I arrived here and I could not understand the current state of patriotism and how Americans are, despite all its problems here, we still have it better than most other countries in the world. It's got lots of problems. Everybody knows that. And we're in a work in progress. However, the Constitution, it's a spiritual document. And I think people that are looking at it in terms of going against each other, that's being engineered.
Yes.
I think right now this is the best time ever in the United States.
How about it?
Because all the pus, scum, piss, and vinegar is coming to the surface now, and people are starting to wake up to what's really going on and how everybody's been played. So I am optimistic in thinking that this is going to unite people for the betterment.
Yeah. And you see how the NFL turned on a dime.
How about it?
Oh, we support our players.
Right.
And
Yeah.
No, you don't.
You the same.
No, you don't. You guys are the same people who blackballed
How about
Kaepernick.
it? Your
Right.
players
Bullshit.
are on a knee
Yeah,
because
they
of
with
your
that straight
bullshit.
But watch this.
Right.
Watch this. Just like David Banner said. I got to give David Banner credit for this. Why are we rooting for Kaepernick to get a job in the NFL?
I'm not. Everybody else is. I'm not.
Now, I understand why we would, but I understand the bigger picture too. First and foremost, these owners get to call themselves owners without calling you slaves, when in actuality, you
That's what
are
you are.
slaves.
Yeah.
You are slaves.
Yeah.
So they get to
Nobody
tell,
talks to those players like 10 years down the road when their whole bodies are beaten up and totally destroyed.
Right.
They got brain damage and
they're
totally
broke.
fucked.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So look at this. As these kids are coming out of high school, going into college, this is a great opportunity. Don't blow this opportunity. It's a privilege for you to be doing this. It's a privilege for you to be in this sport. No, it isn't.
You're exploiting my
This
talent.
kid listen, y'all see how hard my kid works.
Yep.
This kid has donated every moment, every ounce of his being
Right.
to his craft. All you do is sit back and give him
right.
some shit that's worth less than the time, energy, and effort he put into it.
And if making brownies was what you was gonna pay $60 million for, black kids would be trying to figure out how to make brownies like that.
Yeah.
That's why
I'm doing
Right.
this
No, that's right.
because of the carrot you are dangling,
right.
and the only way you can dangle that carrot is in light of the shit that you were supposed to give me in the first fucking place.
wow. This is why I'm not mad at LeVar Ball.
At all.
LeVar says,
At
I'll
all.
send my kid to China. He'll
Right.
go pro. We're going to put out another pair of shoes for my youngest.
How about it?
And if he can't go to UCLA, he won't go to UCLA. The NCAA ain't my boss.
It worked out for that other dude.
Listen, but if it wasn't for Ed O'Bannon and them, most of these kids wouldn't be getting nothing anyway.
Right.
Ed O'Bannon,
Wow.
they went and took the NCAA to court and won.
Yep.
What you know what they won? They won these NCAA student athletes an allowance. and a fucking, you know how much
I allow you
an allowance. And that allowance varies based on the size of the school and the conference that they're in. The Big 5 conferences, that allowance is a lot.
Yep.
If when I say a lot, I mean $2,000 a month.
Right.
Wait a minute. My likeness is on a video game.
Right.
EA Sports. I don't have a contract with EA Sports. Why is my likeness on a video game?
If that ain't slavery.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So watch this. Part of the copyright law is likeness. One of the 5 copyright infringements is likeness, distribution, likeness. Wait a minute. These kids don't have a contract with EA
at all.
But because you give them a stipend,
dude,
you good, my nigga.
You straight?
You straight.
But Ohio State, it just came out about last week what Ohio State was worth, and it pissed every damn football player, the football program. Excuse me, not Ohio State. The football program is worth $1.5 billion.
Don't play yourself. It's like that.
$1.5 billion. And when the players heard that, they start tweeting all kind of shit. They was like, "This is some bullshit."
Hey, look at Alabama. Look at Auburn. You talk about wealthy programs.
Yeah.
What was that?
Alabama is
$1.5 billion.
Come on, $1.5 billion with a B. $1.5 billion. That's almost what the Clippers sold for.
Again, they made you buy into a role. Your role is to beg me, show me appreciation, show me capitulation, because we'll label all that shit as leadership.
Wow.
We'll label all the boot licking and the ass kissing and the reporting on other players. We'll label all that. This is a leader. This one right here
is leadership quality.
Is leadership incredible quality. When I say a quality human being, I've never had a problem out of him. I love it when they don't talk with their mouths. I love it when they talk with their performance.
Isn't that what you define quality by? How much problem you don't have from a thing? Isn't a Mercedes of higher quality?
Because you don't have problems from it?
Yes, because you don't have problems.
How about it?
You don't give me no shit.
That's right.
How the fuck
quality
about it?
I can depend on this car to start up and stop and turn and go whenever I fucking say. And you know what I do when it doesn't? I get rid of it. How
about it? You know, this is just not working out.
Yes.
He's oppositional. I'm gonna need you to buy in.
Yes.
Until they're willing to change the system and learn what the fuck is going on, though.
Let me ask you this.
Why would
let me ask you this. Albert Einstein didn't buy into shit. He was a rebel. At the very least, intellectually.
Prove it.
Like, nah, that shit don't make sense.
Prove it.
I challenge that shit. Fuck that. That ain't real. Here's the mathematical equation that I worked on.
Right, I'm gonna have to call bullshit on that.
Do you listen? Do you know freedom is the seed for imagination?
Yeah, it is.
You can't be creative unless you're free mentally.
How about it?
Right.
Black male millionaires. It's hard for them to be free. You know why? Let me tell you something about groupthink. Part of groupthink leads you to the corporate nod. You making millions of dollars. You got corporations aware of what you're doing.
Can't fuck up my brand.
Now you can't. Now your brand. Now, if your brand prevents you from telling the truth, your brand.
Brand is just a slave mark, though.
That's
all a brand is. A brand was made for cattle.
That's why
they branded cattle to show, nigga, that's mine.
That's why we've got a morality clause. We have a morality clause. Okay, if you're on of a particular moral fortitude, if you do some shit that I do, but you get caught doing it, well, we're gonna have a problem with that. I mean, I sleep with young Asian whores, but if you do,
right?
Do you?
And listen, they're moving us into a couple of narratives right now. One, weather. I want you to talk about HARP.
They fucking
the weather.
They killing that HARP.
Right? And then two, the nuclear side of the game with North Korea.
Right.
It's some shit happening right now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I dealt with when I was at Standing Rock when that was being arranged at Standing Rock, I got a call from DC prior to the veterans showing up with everybody from all over America, all over the world was going up there. And I got a phone call. Somebody said, you know what? They're going to try and stop this. They're going to geoengineer an event, and they're going to make a snowstorm there. When I got there.
Whoa. Slow down. Geoengineer an event.
Yeah.
Walk us through
Sky
the
cooking.
process of what the fuck that means.
Yeah, tell us what sky cooking
It's
is.
being able to use technology like HARP and other chemicals that can be put in there. And if people go back and do their homework and look up William Reich's Cloudbuster, that was probably the first geoengineering invention that affected the ability to create rain. And when I was going to Standing Rock for that event there, I was told they're going to geoengineer. And when I got there, we put our hands in the snow with the Lakota Sioux, and they held it up to me and said, "This is not real snow." And I said, "I know it's not." And they were geoengineering to stop everybody from coming there. And then the day I left, in the newspaper, it came out that a pilot was killed. It was the only person that was killed the entire time, and nobody knew anything about it. And the pilot was geoengineering, flying above that territory to create snow, to stop everybody from showing up there.
So that's like
that was a
cloud-
hands-on experience that I
That's
had
like
with it.
cloud seeding, right?
Yes. Yeah, and these little things that occurred down in Miami and Texas, whatever, I got phone calls immediately and said, that's not real. That's got to be geoengineering. It's too big. And for all the whole thing they're going to Puerto Rico and through Florida or whatever, that I think it's international misdirection to keep people misdirected from what's really going on.
The earthquakes
which
too.
includes the financial situation they're in, because we got a situation where the debt ceiling is about to be raised, maybe or maybe not. You're not going to. All these other countries are not accepting dollars. We've got the potential end with the United States is in receivership to other countries, including China, and they need to keep everybody misdirected and allocated over here while they're doing the serious business. And one of the things you can do, because it's questionable, ambiguous, is control the weather. And if people go on geoengineering.org, I believe, it goes in depth on how this is being done and who's doing it. And a lot of people are coming public about this right now anyway.
And you know what? Been very quiet in the news, but the monsoon season in India, there was a big monsoon, killed 1,200 people. Right when Harvey was happening,
Yeah.
the monsoon season in India killed 1,200.
That
Yeah.
populate that Agenda 21 is cracking right now. They have to whittle the population down. That's one of the first things, and then they'll merge the world. That one world government shit that they're trying to put in.
Exactly.
Trump is funny because he's actually part of that shit. He's actually part of bringing the one world. He
Of course.
he
Are
acted
you
like
kidding?
he was acting like though he was a nationalist. So you got nationalism versus globalism, right? That's what's going on right now. So he came in and said, "Yo, I'm a nationalist. Fuck this globalist shit. We're gonna bring everything back to America. Boo, America this, America that, America." But he's only in there. First of all, he's only in there to trick those motherfuckers and slide them in. But Kim Jong-il, they cannot have a one world order without Kim Jong-il in it because this motherfucker has nuclear weapons. And so if he's not in it, it fucks up the whole shit. If you got one person outside it with nuclear weapons, if he didn't have nuclear weapons, they wouldn't give a fuck. But because he got
He's like, I got this shit over here. You got to holler at me.
Yep.
You got to holler at me, pimp.
For all we know,
Yep, seriously.
for all we know, Kim Jong-il and Trump are probably really cool with one another.
Well, if he cool with motherfucking Dennis Rodman, he damn sure could be cool with Donald Trump.
Exactly. I don't trust none of that shit.
But no,
It's a show
Yes.
to generate the military industrial complex to generate money. And because nuclear weapons are totally obsolete, there's Cobalt-60 and other weapons that are way past nuclear.
Yeah, they got sound
and it's a
weapons.
show, and it's the whole thing is to instigate, like he was mentioning before, and collapse and created like this commercialized one world government. It's not going to work, but
They had a few people holding out. See, you saw that towards the end. Like Rockefeller, he got up and did a speech telling the news media, "Thank you for keeping our
Shit a
project,
secret."
our project out of the news." And so this was that one world government shit. They had merged all these financial systems and all these governments. But then you had a few holdouts. One was Libya. Then what they do to Gaddafi.
We coming to get you.
Salam alaikum. One was what's next to Liberia? Is that Sierra Leone?
Yeah.
Next, right. Okay. So Charles Taylor, he was the head of Sierra Leone, and he used to kill, like, the diamond thing was going on. That's why one of the reasons they outlawed diamonds, because he would have all these kids, these 7-year-old, 5-year-old kids looking for diamonds, and if they tried to steal one, he would chop their lips off and shit. So they had to get him out of there. But one of the reasons was so they can pull that into the one world government. And before they arrested him, he went on stage and did a speech, and he said, they want me to join the one world order. He said, but I won't do it. I'm not going to do it. I'll send you the link.
But let me say this real quick. Wait, give us the link.
Huh?
Do you know the link?
No,
it's in my
YouTube
when you
page.
send it to us. All right, and then post it on Real Nagas.
Right, I'll post it on Real Nagas.
All right, so this is to Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis, look up the history of Margaret Sanger.
Yes.
Just look up the history of Margaret Sanger, brother. They used your faith of Christianity against you then, too. When she set up Planned Parenthood, she deliberately went and got black Christian pastors and paid them off to infiltrate the community to get them to participate in the sterilization programs from Planned Parenthood. If you look at her history, tell me you can't see yourself somewhere in
Eugenics 101.
Eugenics.
Yeah.
She was part of Eugenics Society. She saw us as unfit to breed. Now you see some African Americans, brothers, as unfit to participate unless they capitulate.
I think we brought too many over.
But do you understand?
Gotta do something about that. I mean, we're not picking cotton anymore. There's too many of them.
Listen,
What do we do?
no disrespect to the brother. You working to get him a job. You working to get Colin Kaepernick a job. You know, if his woman wouldn't have posted that racist meme or whatever, I was in negotiation trying to get him a job.
Right.
Listen, you getting him a job is maintaining the illusion, the distraction.
Get him another shackle.
The NFL is the greatest distraction in America.
You get paid by how many people you can distract.
And it's cool. I mean, I get it. But really, if you were down with the brother, you would understand, like everybody and like every other brother in the NFL knows. I know what I came from. I know what I had to fight through to get here. Right. I knew the neighborhood left me alone because they saw that I had talent. Right? Oh, don't fuck with him.
Yeah, don't fuck with Shorty.
He gonna make it. Yeah.
Make him go in the house. And so to go down, you go in the house.
So again, now all of a sudden you attack him for kneeling for the bigger issue. The bigger issue is we still chattel. We still slaves. That's the bigger issue. We're still abused, denigrated, disrespected, marginalized. We're still in that position. And instead of you, who is like this brother, saying to yourself, let me align myself with this brother because what he's talking about is real. Nah, I'ma say, don't disrespect the flag. Don't do that. And then when the tide turns, you go kneel with the football players.
Yeah.
Weren't you against kneeling?
Yeah, too much shit going on. No people in the stands. I mean,
Listen.
Money talk.
Listen.
Ray, well, we need one of our boys to kneel. Where's Ray? Ray, get your ass out there with the other fellows and kneel.
Do you understand? Listen, you gotta reject the role they have written for you.
You do.
You gotta get off their movie set.
You gotta yell cut.
You gotta yell cut. Cut!
Right.
This is bullshit.
Tyler Perry.
Till y'all get this right, I'm gonna be in my trailer.
They reframe them and then they reinforce that reframing and then stick it on people and then they have to live within that aperture.
How about it?
Yeah.
How about it? You gotta say, fuck that. Listen, you gotta be Dave Chappelle. I'm not wearing a dress.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put this dress on.
Right.
I'm not finna do it.
Yeah, that was one of the ballsiest moves when he walked away from all that money.
Do you know how many African American men are putting on the dress?
Man.
Perverbally?
God damn.
Right?
Who was that? Jamie Foxx just did it for some shit. He said,
No, I'm talking about just proverbially. Like the proverbial dress.
Yeah.
I ain't finna fuck up my meals. Ali fucked up his meals.
Sure did. They got him at the end.
Listen, that's why I love what the brother has done, but I can't respect what the brother did.
Right.
Jim Brown. Yeah. I love what you've done, but I can't respect what you did.
And in this fight, 10 way to goes equals 1-0 shit.
Because the one thing that black people lack in America today is solidarity.
Absolutely. Come on,
You
bro.
fucking disagree with him? Mentor him. I brought my son to you through Bobby. You mentored my son.
Right.
Nothing but love and respect. But don't ever have that microphone put in your mouth and then you denigrate him in front of the world because now you validate the other side.
My flag, my America.
Well, dude, okay. Can I?
You listen, goddammit. Let me tell every black man out there, you can't be more patriotic than white people. Now you might behave in a more patriotic way, but at the end of the day, this they shit.
Right.
They've already clearly let it be, nigga, this ain't your shit, nigga.
It's not.
Listen, have they made that shit clear? I don't give a fuck how high you rise. I don't give a fuck how much money you make, my nigga.
This is your...
Hey, Dr. Dre, I know you're in front of your house, but this white man is in distress. Let's put handcuffs on Dr. Dre. I know this motherfucker's fucking with you,
I
but
know
let's
it's
put
like $1 billion.
Let's put the handcuffs on you first.
I know we've given you 1 billion coupons.
Come on.
But they skip what that flag is really about in the first place. I mean, it's, they just skip right over there. Oh, the American flag represents the American, what it's done. And like, dude, you stole this motherfucking land. And so every time you're pledging allegiance to this flag, everything that you did about with taking this land, man,
starts there.
It starts there. And you just because you want to sweep it under the damn rug don't mean it doesn't exist.
It's like what Bruce Pearl said to the basketball team at Auburn. I don't give a fuck. I let it ride. Bruce Pearl said this to his team.
Oh, like what ride?
When my son was down there, this is what he said. Why are you guys upset? Racism or slavery ended 150 years ago. Wait a minute, good brother. You're Jewish.
Right.
And the Holocaust was 70 years ago. Y'all get to remind us.
Have you let that go
and
yet?
we get to acknowledge that. Y'all haven't let that go, but you going to say, why y'all tripping? It's been 150 years. He said that. My son come right back to me and be like, this motherfucker said? I'd be like,
What? Lost his damn mind.
He said that to y'all? Yeah. Because they have in their mind
that they doing him a favor.
We doing you a favor. No, you not.
Nope.
That Auburn football program ain't worth hundreds of millions of dollars because of the coaches. Right. Your football coach came from high school. He was a high school coach a few years ago.
The program is worth millions and billions. The program...
Wait, let me say one more thing.
Yes, sir.
Bruce Pearl ain't never played basketball himself.
Right.
And you can coach it?
Ain't never ripped off
no apparently
warm-ups.
Not. Can't coach it to me.
I'm just saying.
Right.
How you even... First off, the privilege of being a white person gets you into the door so you can matriculate upwards.
Right.
Your assistant coach, Chuck Person, was up for that job at Auburn.
All right.
But because he didn't earn his degree at Auburn, couldn't get the job, so they got Bruce Pearl and
Who has
gave
never
Bruce
even
Pearl
played
the
basketball?
job. Who never played.
How the hell did that happen?
Then Bruce Pearl turned around and hired Chuck
So he want to be no backlash.
as an assistant. Wow. You want to hear about the bullshit? Oh, this is America, my America. Nigga, how did American soldiers treat African American soldiers? The Mormons used to give their Bibles to the soldiers, right? In the Mormon Bible, they took it out in 73, but they said niggas came from monkeys. We had tails.
And it was a curse from God.
It was a curse from God. You got black because you didn't choose a side.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, but we're American. Nigga, please. In the words of the immortal George Jefferson, nigga, please. Come on. Go ahead, Jeff. I'm sorry. I'm turned up right now.
No, I'm gonna poke that in the rant.
Jeff's rant. Go ahead, Kev.
But I'm just saying, shit is still though. You unless you're doing what they're doing to get ahead, you gotta stop fucking complaining. I don't want to hear no. You gotta stop fucking complaining. Like you can sit up here and talk all this bullshit, but if you're not studying them, like in military. I was in ROTC for a few years, but you was in real military.
ROTC,
but you know,
they was getting you ready.
We went. They was
getting you ready.
Oh, we had to go. We had to go to Camp Pendleton twice a year.
ROTC.
You were treated like an actual soldier, bro. When you were there.
No. You weren't treated like a soldier on Camp Pendleton. There aren't any. There was Marines.
Oh,
there was Marines.
Excuse me.
Clear that up.
Excuse me.
Devil dog.
They were still some assholes. But there's something called reconnaissance. There's something called reconnaissance. So that means you go out and you scope the shit, see what's going on. You bring back that information so that you know the best move to make. Niggas don't do that shit. Niggas don't understand that. No recon whatsoever. And unless you, and if you going to get ahead, you have to do that.
No covert operations.
Nothing. No intelligence. No intelligence.
We got DJs and Kool-Aid though.
Right, but you're starting to see the breakthrough even without that. That's where LeVar comes in. That's where the big three comes in. Cats are starting to say, you know what? Fuck this. I can actually do this shit now, and it's made more possible because of the social media. You can market yourself so much easier these days. Mm-hmm. But that's why you should get into this shit. Stop looking for a handout and go and start your own shit. That's the only way out of it. I'm sorry. To start your own. The only way to be for you to stop complaining.
Whoa. Define the handout. Are you saying asking the government, or I need to understand what you're saying?
No,
when you say handout.
I'm saying anytime you go and you go work for someone else, that's a handout. The dude on Shark Tank, he said he gives this story about his first job.
The brother?
No, the white guy.
Which one?
The one bald one.
Motherfucker cold.
Yeah, he said the first job he had was his last job. He went in there and he said he was working, and then he wanted to take a break, and the dude told him to keep working. He said, "No, I want to take a break right now." He said, "What?" He said, "No, you got to keep working." He said, "Well, I'm out." He said, "Fuck that." He said that was the day he learned that he couldn't work for anybody else. So if you're going to work for somebody else, you have to understand the parameters you're getting in. You are an indentured servant. You're a contract servant. That's what you are. And these days, you're not a slave, but you are a contract servant. That's what the application is. So unless you're going to be happy with doing that, start your own shit. Get with people, sit down, learn the shit that's out here, learn how to create an organization, learn how to create something of that manner, and then do that. Otherwise, stop and fucking complaining.
Right.
Well, I don't think.
Exactly.
Listen, hold on. I forgot. This nigga is the god of war. He's Aries. He is.
Because there's no excuses.
But let me say this. Let me just say this. When you've been conditioned, I always say, education is indoctrination. When you've been conditioned to not know the answers, to not even know how to question, do you know there is a science to questioning?
Right. You had the same programming. I did. Jeff did.
Hey, everybody did. We some rare motherfuckers. This ain't just motherfuckers. It ain't. We not just falling off trees like that. It's not like that.
No, you're right. But there are a gang of people who went out there and did learn their game.
First off, America is about fear. Do you know fear is one of the biggest businesses in the world? You listen. There's so many people have made so much money off of fear. It's not even funny.
Right.
Religion.
That's the biggest one. Yeah.
Insurance.
Medicine.
Insurance. Yeah.
Insurance. Like, okay, in case something happens,
what kind of pimp
you want to be
that?
covered? Fear is
out the game.
I'm gonna charge you for what might happen now.
Yep.
What a great scam.
That's the greatest shit ever. Just in case.
How much for a blowjob that I might give you?
Do you understand? So even relationships,
fear.
Everything is fear-based. Politics.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not going to be soft on the Koreans, okay? I'm not.
Right.
My predecessor, he was soft, but not me.
Right.
And you get some people going, that's right, goddammit, blow us all to hell.
Can I give
blow us all?
Fuck that. No. Can I give just a scientific breakdown on fear? I sent you this video the other day.
Mm-hmm.
But fear, like everything else in existence, is a frequency. Everything that you see in the universe is a frequency. It's a tone. It's a frequency. It has an actual frequency. So frequency is just all it means is just moving up and down. It's oscillating. So in science, you have we went over this before. Love is a very fast frequency. It moves very fast. Fear is a very slow moving frequency, and the closer
Shit, you ain't never been chased by a dog.
Well, the faster or the closer the waves are in a frequency, the more power it has. And so fear being that very long wave of emotion, the energy hits the peaks of fear, of the fear frequency, very few. So if you live in that state, you're going to be so underpowered, so low, living in a low state that you can't bring yourself out of it. So you're right, fear does play a major part of it. Yeah, I absolutely true. We're all alphas, so we don't play shit in our world. But I understand that. So, but again, the information is out there for you to know, man. Just click on Google and say, start an organization. You know what I'm saying? Get with a couple of homies and then click Google. Start an organization. Start a group. All of that shit is out there for you to know now. So if you got fear of doing it now, that's on you. That's just on you now. If if coming up, if you were conditioned, but nowadays you do not have to have that fear. The information is every fucking where.
It is. Listen, it is everywhere. But if you're blind to it, you can't see it.
Google.
But listen, no, it's not that simple. Let me tell you why. The central nervous system creates something called confirmation bias.
Yeah.
If all you have is a conditioning based on fear, you're not going to see that which is indicative of freedom.
Right. Yeah.
Fear causes you to control.
Google created confirmation bias because you can follow anything in a sequence in geometric pattern and it will reinforce whatever you see on anything.
Wow.
But my point though is either you're gonna complain or you're gonna do it.
Right.
So if you're fucking full of fear, shut the fuck up.
I don't want to hear that you scared.
I don't want to hear that bullshit. Well, because you know there's something that you can do and then you're scared. So either you get past the fear and do the shit, dude. They don't know.
What if they just scared?
Okay.
Really?
God damn it.
I disagree with that.
Shit.
Really? They don't know?
I only
Let people be
for you
scared.
to not know nowadays, your ass got to be in a coma.
I only disagree with that from a couple of places. I think we all, even alpha males, fear has a place. For me, here are the things that I fear.
Jeff, shut your scary ass up.
I fear leaving my family on the lurch. I fear not being there for my children. I fear not being able to protect my wife. I don't fear the motherfuckers that I have to protect them from. Ooh. I do not fear starting out on my own. I do not fear looking, usually, whichever way the sheep are going, I'm going the other way. So it's what I do with my elevated consciousness of fear.
Right.
These people are working with a low-level consciousness of fear. Almost like my dog, I have an American bulldog who is led around by my wife's horrible little fucking Shih Tzu. And I don't get it. I don't get it because she will eat anything. Dude, there was a raccoon the size of a fucking horse in my backyard 2 weeks ago. That dog was like, was all over her. But this little fucking Shih Tzu,
I've seen that.
Eat out of your balls.
Yeah, I've seen that shit. I've seen that
and
shit.
That's who we are.
But
so listen, I got to take a quick break. Before I go to the break, I have a quote. Shannon L. Adler.
Oh.
The most confused you will ever get is when you try to convince your heart and spirit of something your mind knows is a lie.
Woo! Wow.
So we got motherfuckers running around here. I got to keep this lie going.
No doubt.
I'm wearing a mask. I'm
Gotta keep
playing a
lying to
role
me.
because I need dinner rolls. We'll be back in 2.2. So what morning show, my nigga?
I need dinner rolls,
We'll be
nigga.
back.
Hold still. Yo, what up? Glad to have you back. Glad to have you take the ride.
Keep that smooth flow.
singing? You
I was about to
rapping?
say, keep that smooth flow.
You like that?
What up?
I
Yeah,
was
I
gonna
had to
kick
have
the
you
flow.
back. Niggas, no.
I was starting to kick the flow.
You
You
don't
know,
wanna
y'all know
slack.
every now and then it hits me. Oh, you gonna hit me with some BGs in the background? I'm finna go home and fuck with some BGs. You think I'm playing? I'm finna flip a beat so hard with the BGs.
And to
Anyway,
give.
You're like all the others.
I put this up on Facebook
Begging
last
bowl.
night. This post, shout out to my man, Holt. That's my man. You know who you are. Thank you, brother. He put this up. Everyone has or should have the freedom to stand for our national anthem or not. This is still the land of the free, is it not? This was my response. Of course. We need a way to identify those in and outside of our race that are okay with a nation pledging their allegiance, that are okay with pledging their allegiance to a nation anthem, a credo, a way of thinking and living whose fine print reads the following. And then I put the third verse from the Star Spangled Banner. We cannot stop Kim Jong. We cannot stop Vladimir. We cannot save Cuba or help them. We can, however, stop participating in a ritualistic game that rapes our culture of talent and health and only leaves behind the dangerous message of kill yourself for some trinkets if you big, strong, and fast enough. We can sit the fuck down during a song about a country who fought to keep the ancestors of the men on the playing field in chattel slavery, torture, and death, while the stadium is filled with the ancestors of the people who were purveyors in chattel slavery, torture, and death. So please keep identifying yourselves as either willfully ignorant or consciously aware of your oppressor and his centuries of misgivings and your tacit approval. Here's what's going on with those who protest the protest.
Those who protest the protest.
Fuck your bullet wound. I got a problem with your bandage being red.
Ooh, hallelujah. Hold it the vocal shop.
Which gives people like Ray Lewis the opportunity to step up and try to make this separation, this birth. We are in a birth right now, and every birth has labor pains. The Underground Railroad was not sponsored by Nike. What? You know what slave masters would have done if they had the technology of the day? They'd be doing exactly what you see now. Patriotism by default demands blind allegiance to another motherfucker's agenda. That's all patriotism means, is that you will blindly follow the bullshit that I'm putting down. This is coming to you from a United States Marine. They can't. You ever hear this in the lottery? You can't win if you don't play. Think about this. In every facet of life, and this is not just for black people, this is for everybody common. This is for the 2/3 of the earth that they are going to try to get rid of. They can't win if you don't play. None of this shit works if we all stand up.
That's right.
What would happen if everybody said at one time, I'm not going to work today?
Exactly.
What the fuck would you do? What would they do if every football, if black folks said, really? Unsportsmanlike conduct because I celebrate too much? What if we took the advice of David Banner? Shout out to David Banner, who said, you know what you need? You need some grass, a ball, and some players, and a field, a stadium. And you know what you got right there? A league. That's all you need.
Well, you need a bit more than that.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
You need a
no,
bit
you don't.
more.
It starts right there because you can then add Oprah's money.
No, I'm saying I agree with that, but you can't add Oprah's money because, I'm sorry, this is your rant.
Sorry, it is. It is. I was about to.
I hate that shit. I'm sorry.
You do.
Go ahead.
You do hate that shit.
My bad.
Shit. Wait a minute. Where am I?
Do you know why? Let's think about the harp and get into some of my Uncle Clifford's drunk shit.
Uncle Clifford.
Yes. The harp, A harp is a musical instrument.
Yes.
Do you know why the music, quote unquote, from the harp is evil? Because Satan is playing it.
Oh.
Satan's playing the harp right now. What would happen if the harp fell into the hands of people who decided to make rain everywhere there was drought? What if the harp fell into the hands of people who decided to extend the crop time so everybody could eat? Well, there's a problem with everybody eating. If everybody can eat, that fucks up capitalism. In order for capitalism to work, somebody got to be broke. In order for Christianity to work, somebody got to go to hell.
Yep.
America is your house, black people, the way my house belongs to my dog. Oh, that's my house right now. That's my dog's house. While I'm not there, I have an 80-pound American bulldog. I strongly suggest that you do not meander your monkey ass onto my property right now.
Meander.
Meander. Walk on the yeah. I leave my garage door up with my door unlocked. Do you know why? Because my dog knows how to turn the doorknob, and if she hears something in the garage, she will turn that doorknob, go out there, and you will. My lawnmower won't be missing, but your fucking leg might.
That's crazy.
That's my dog, and that's her house. Unless, of course, she bites the wrong person and I have to put her down. Unless she doesn't do what I say anymore. Unless she turns on me.
You bit the wrong person,
You done
nigger.
bit the wrong motherfucker. I love my dog. I don't mistreat her. I walk her. I groom her. I take her to the vet. But if she growl at my wife, I will show my family a side of that dog they have never seen. The inside. I will open her ass up as much as I love her. And that is who you are right here. Wow. Black people confuse orchestrated by with because of. Most of this shit is orchestrated by some people who it could not work without. Yes, the NC2A is orchestrated by some slow white motherfuckers that never played. It does not run because of them. The NFL runs on one thing only: the spell that money brings. All them dudes on the field are under the spell that money brings. That's why they don't all collectively go, you know what? Fuck you. What would you do if every football player came out and when it was kickoff time, they ran up to the ball and said, psych.
Yeah, that would be.
We out.
Yeah.
We out.
That'd be off the chain.
We out. We
Paul
finna
Mooney.
go do our own shit.
We out.
We out. We finna go do our own shit. But you know why they won't? Because it's a little bit too difficult. Just like, yes. Oh, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do the video of it. Since we gonna have my show on video. I'm gonna do the video of it, but I'm gonna say it right now. Dear black people still watching the NFL on Sunday, if it were motherfuckers like you that Dr. King had to depend upon to march, we would still be catching hell on a level far higher than the one we are now. We're not asking you to march. We're not asking you to give your life up like Medgar Evers did, like Dr. King did, like Malcolm X did.
Distraction.
We're asking you to give up your distraction, and that's just a little too fucking inconvenient. Dear men who call yourselves alpha males, if you cannot not watch football, sit down from now on when you piss. I'm done.
You want niggas to sit down?
Sit down when you piss, because that ain't no man shit. That ain't no man shit. Kaepernick put all his shit on the line for you, and you can't even not watch, motherfucker. Fuck you. And as a matter of fact, now I done got mad now. As a matter of fact, I'm doing the same thing in my life that I do on Facebook. I put this up. If I catch a hint of you discussing my 5,000 Facebook friends, if you discuss what went on with the NFL or what's going on in real time, what I put up is a meme that says stares Farrakhanically. And it's a picture of Minister Farrakhan staring like only he can. And I only give you one of those. If I have to give you another one, I unfriend you because I have 800 motherfuckers waiting to be amongst the 5,000 friends. And I'm extending that to my life. And if I know you and you call me your friend and you can watch these motherfuckers be treated like slaves, we are no longer friends. Fuck you, and I mean it in only the ugliest way.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
I'm done.
I wanted to say something real quick about the allegiance, the whole pledge allegiance thing, and really break it down so you guys understand what that shit is. So there's 2 words in existence, and I break this down on the new episode of Wordplay that I just posted this morning. But it's allegiance. You got to understand what allegiance is. Allegiance is the same thing as what Jeff does when Zoe say, "Yo, it's my rant." He goes, "My liege." Allegiance come from my liege.
My liege.
My sovereign liege.
So a liege is a master or lord. So
I am not Jeff's master.
But I know. But
he is his own master.
Of course. But
I'm just saying, to me like all the others.
I'm just saying the word.
He's a man. I'm Doc Holland.
There you go.
I'm your Huckleberry.
But I'm just saying, see that word. So when you pledge allegiance, you're saying that the government. First of all, you're saying the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag. So you're saying the flag is your master,
right?
Your lord and master. So that's what most people think they're saying is alliance. Alliance is an equal partnership between 2 people.
Yes.
Whereas an allegiance is you're subservient to one or another.
One is you rolling with me, the other one is you rolling under me.
Exactly. And that's why Colin Kaepernick's knee for the Pledge of Allegiance is far beyond the one he even knows. He said, "Fuck that, you're not my master no more. I'm good."
Right.
This is why I'm going to come back to the NFL and the NBA. I want to shout out the NBA because they did pepper jack sauce off. They was talking hella crazy. But I will acknowledge Antonio Moore's point to LeBron James. I want to thank LeBron James for riding with Stephen Curry. Steph Curry. I want to thank him for showing solidarity with Steph. But Antonio Moore brings up a great point. I'm glad he was like, man, the dude already said he wasn't coming. He already said he wasn't coming to the White House. Right? You may come into the White House, whack. I get it. But again, that's in defense of the distraction. You didn't say anything about Tamir Rice, which happened in your backyard. So yeah, it's easy to come out and bang for the national distraction.
Right.
In this case, the NBA.
You didn't drive.
LeBron. So, and Antonio Moore brings up this point. I mean no disrespect to LeBron James. What I'm saying is, LeBron, you got power, homie. You ain't just got money. You got power, platform. You got. It's too late for them to take anything back from you now.
Right.
It's too late.
You got you like Nick Cannon. You got fuck you money now.
Yeah, they're doing juggle gym from your nuts.
Right. You're 8 finals in.
How about it? We need you to. Dear LeBron.
But let me make the point, and then I'll throw it. Okay. You're there. See, when you're there, you get to talk. You were there when Tamir got hurt.
He's arrived.
When he got killed. You've arrived. Tamir's mama came out and said, "I'm disappointed."
Oh, she did?
Because LeBron didn't really say nothing about my boy. So I'm not banging on LeBron. I'm congratulating him on one end, but on the other end, I'm saying, now speak on something real.
Right.
See, the NBA, can I say it? Here's a quote. Carve your name on hearts, not tombstones. A legacy is etched in the minds of others and the stories they share about you. Shannon L. Adler. LeBron, you can etch your name in the hearts and minds of people based off of, and I'm not saying he don't do good work in the community, because he does. This is not to deride the brother in any way.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, your platform, like Ali, is to be used to bring attention to injustice, especially that which happens in your backyard.
Just because I tell you how to use your jab don't mean I'm telling you not to box. I'm telling you.
Right. The Buddha, your purpose in life is to find your purpose and give your whole heart and soul to it.
How about it?
So look at what that means. Your heart and soul ain't just hoop.
Right.
That's the narrative.
Yep.
Right.
The narrative got you chasing a ghost.
Yep.
Michael Jordan, you ain't gonna catch him.
You a restaurant. The food ain't the sign, nigga.
What makes
NBA is the sign. Where's the food?
right? What made Ali bigger than boxing was his heart.
Woo!
Right.
That made him bigger than boxing.
Superseded his
It
titles.
superseded shit. Come on. Ali fought well after he was supposed to have stopped.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on. It wasn't just his boxing. He was great when he was young, but his heart is what changed. At one point in time, Ali's name was written more than Jesus. His name was in more publications than Jesus.
Yep.
Come on.
I think to put what Zoe says in layman's terms.
Layman,
Yes.
those who
Dear-
are not of the cloth,
Oh yes, the vulgus.
the vulgus.
Let me speak to the vulgus
Of
for
the
a second.
vulgarians.
Let me speak to the vulgus for a second, my liege.
Indeed. Proceed.
For you stupid. We need those of you. Let's put this in golf terms. Dear marquee athletes, you are standing on a par 5 dog leg on the best courses in the world with the best clubs. You're standing there. God damn it. We need you to drive. We need you to drive. We need you to hit one down the fairway, 225 yards straight. Ray Lewis, you shanked it in the fucking trees. Go to the clubhouse. What Zoe is basically asking of you, brother LeBron, is not to step up to the tee on the first swing and fucking putt. Don't putt down the fairway. Y'all putting down the fairway. We need you to reach out and drive. Colin Kaepernick was on when he stepped up to the tee, he reached in his bag and got that fucking one and swung the sweet fuck out of it.
The sweet
Sugary shit out of it.
sweet fart
And
hammer.
hit it straight
Sweet
down
fart
the
hammer.
sweet you fart hammer. He hit it straight down the fairway. So he makes other people pale in comparison when they pull out their 7-iron. Motherfucker, you standing on the tee. I get to putt. Zoe may not get to putt. Zoe's a little bit further from the cup than me. I'm right on the cup. I get to get to the putt. Little golf clap. Look at Jeff Brown. He didn't get to putt it. No, you are standing in the back and you can swing the shit out of it from where Nick Cannon, another one, took the one out the bag and swing.
Yep, he sure
Stop
did.
with this putting bullshit. And stop playing miniature golf. You motherfuckers are playing miniature golf in the game of life. Knock it off. Get out there on the real fairway and take a real fucking swing because this game is for everything.
Right. Listen. Ascending to a place of wealth in America,
Not riches.
right? That's the carrot they dangle in front of impoverished black males. Now the trade-off is I'll give you all of this, but you must give me your pride.
Give me your soul.
See, you must give me your pride. You must give me your integrity. You must become a sentinel in the army of my dysfunction.
God!
That's the only way.
I need you to give me everything that is the physical makeup of your pride. Everything that you do, better, stronger, faster, smarter, quicker. I need all of that. and I need you to not be proud of it.
Right. Listen, Robert Greene, The 48 Laws of Power, is a book of social navigation and mastery through masks.
Yeah.
Right? Rule number 1, never look smarter than your boss.
Never outshine the master.
Put on a mask. Everything about this reality is based on an illusion. The Hindu word for it is Maya. It's an illusion. The Matrix. Don't show your real self around the rulers of this Matrix. Because if you bring the real here, you prove yourself to be an enemy of the illusion.
Exactly.
The fuck you in here showing the real for?
I'm so glad I didn't get high before I came.
We got to kill this nigga. We got to get him up out of here because he about the real.
You are an enemy of the illusion. God damn, Zoe Williams.
Is that what it is?
Enemy of the illusion.
Is that what it is?
Enemy of the illusion, the ultimate people that will redefine what wealth means.
Wow.
That's what's happening now.
They've already told you that wealth was a piece of paper. Now they're finna tell you that wealth is what? Digital.
Yep.
No, it's not paper anymore. It's ones and zeros.
It's
a binary
Bitcoin,
code.
yeah.
It's Bitcoin. And then they're gonna tell you the Bitcoin ain't shit in a minute.
I got bits,
Bitcoin
bitch.
crashed and nobody got no money.
When the Bitcoin crashed, because you know that's the easiest way to say, oh, there was a glitch in the Matrix
That
and
happened.
now you're broke.
That already happened 3 years ago. They
Of
crashed and somebody
course.
made out with like $200 million in Bitcoin.
Of
And they don't know where the fuck it went.
Yeah, China just gave the bird to Bitcoin
See?
about a week ago.
Look at that. Of course.
Because no one knows who fucking created it. The code for it, no one knows who wrote it.
Right.
So these motherfuckers just using it, and no one who knows who
And
knows
it's
who wrote
probably
the
some
code.
16-year-old from Des Moines with braces.
Some fucking some Illuminati motherfucker in the back.
So listen, I'm going to reset the topic. Social role playing. Right? A deeper look at Shakespeare's statement about the world being a stage. Do you know who's behind the curtain of your life? Do you know who handed you the script you're reading from?
Who's the real Wizard of Oz?
Who's the Wizard of Oz of your life?
Yeah.
Is it Jesus, my nigga? Is it democracy? Right?
Yeah.
Is it your boss, the motherfucker who signs your check?
Is it a multitude of them?
There you
Is
go.
it all of them?
Yeah, conglomerate of all of them.
Because now the question has to be asked. If you haven't taken control over the authorship of your purpose, you can't be anything but a slave.
Nothing. Zero.
There's no, you don't
Motherfucking
know
zero.
freedom. Speak on it.
Exactly. Most people don't know freedom at all. They
Right.
don't know freedom at all. They're not willing to question authority. Most people are subservient. Education now is pure Skinner. It's Skinner-based education to prepare people for digital lives. And there's redefinitions of wealth happening now. But I think people are, as you mentioned, they're starting to step back and create their own reality.
They have to do it.
Instead of being subservient to higher authorities or bosses or whatever.
That's why I always say don't participate in what the fuck is going on.
Exactly.
Step to the side.
Do a media fast if
Yes.
necessary. You have to do a media fast at
a media
least a
fast.
couple
I like
times
that.
a year
Yeah.
to get
I like
outside
that.
of everything, all the
Yep.
social codes,
You do.
codes, cues, and triggers that everybody fires off every single day. Have a media fast. No any stimulus at all. No books. No phones. No clocks. And go into a nature environment. Let your central nervous system relax for a while, like a week, and then reintegrate it back into
You see it totally different.
society. And then when you reintegrate back into society, then you have a clearer picture of what the hell's really going on.
Yeah.
You know what that reminds me of? And I
Yeah.
used to have to do this. I have to do it less with Mac, but I'm like a PC and Mac guy.
Right.
When a computer opens a program
Yeah.
and then closes it, when you close a program, it does not put the pieces of that program back right where they go.
Oh,
It
that's PC.
Yeah, that's PC.
Yeah.
It just throws all the pieces in a closet. It's like
That's why
when
you have to defragment your
Yes, you have to
fucking
defrag.
your drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you and I'm going somewhere with this. When let's just say when you went home, instead of taking your shoes and putting them in the box and putting them in the closet, you just threw your shoes in the fucking closet. They're still in the closet. They're just not where they go.
Right.
What society, the puppet masters depend upon is that your programs are all defragmented. We're counting on you being disorganized. Yeah. We're counting on your frequencies being slightly off because that's where we work. We don't work with you perfectly in tune. Right. If everybody was perfectly in tune, how much fast food would go out of business?
Yeah.
How much? But like the auto industry.
Yeah.
Do we really need 6 million cars a year?
Right.
They're fucking cars. I got a 65 Thunderbird that I could drive to Maine now.
Yeah, it's interesting how they convince and hyper-suggest through all the advertising that you need this 2017 BMW 7.
Yes. You need the iPhone 8.
Because of what it will do to your perceived perception of everybody else.
I need an 8.
Well, it's called obsolescence. It's chapter 5 of the holographic relationship. So you have obsolescence, which is planned obsolescence.
Oh my God.
Planned obsolescence is, okay, this Epsilon printer is going to have 1,201 prints. And then, although all of the constituent parts still work, it's just going to break down.
Right.
It still work, but we're going to program it to break down after 1,200 prints.
Yeah, and this is these guys behind the scene that have stolen all the technology or leading technology. They use obsolescence against the public.
Yeah.
So that it'll only go to a certain thing. Your car will only go to a certain amount of miles, and it's going to break down. You have to, and they set it all up.
Capitalism.
But see, that's the manufactured part of it. The actual build out. That's planned obsolescence.
Yeah.
This product has a death date.
Yeah.
Right. Like
There's no way we can keep the money coming. There's no way we can keep the money coming if this shit is a solid package product that never breaks down.
If you buy
it has to break down.
How about this? I'll tell you in regarding that, when I was meeting with the engineers about the C60, they know, and I know, a lot of people know, and people in the auto industry know, that when you put buckyballs into the oil of the engine,
first off,
you don't change the oil anymore.
Explain what buckyballs is, because they don't know.
Yeah, buckyballs, because of its certain properties, like for instance, if you put it in the oil of your car, automobile manufacturers and all these people depend upon you changing your oil, and they configure all that in the cost, whatever. Yeah. When you put this in there, then it's expensive to do, but when you put it in there, you're not changing the oil for like 5 or 6 years.
Where did the buckyballs?
And you're not, and the engine doesn't break down. But when I heard about that initially, like, why aren't we doing that?
Well, fuck all that other deep shit you talk about. Where can I get these buckyballs from?
Viscosity, oil breakdown.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
The oil breakdown, right? So, again, when you're talking about viscosity, those particles are really big.
Right.
When you talk about buckyballs, you're talking about atoms.
Yes.
They're really small.
Yep.
So the smaller those particles are, the less friction.
Exactly.
A buffer.
The bigger,
like
the
graphite.
more friction. This is why they have the varying degrees between the oils. We got
2050.
No. Synthetic.
Yep.
The synthetic blend.
Yep.
And then the regular shit.
Right.
Yeah.
The synthetics have smaller particles, which means you don't have to change the oil as much.
Right.
So again, that's obsolescence, planned obsolescence.
Yeah.
Over a few years, this shit's gonna crash.
Yep.
Then you have another one called perceived obsolescence. Now, perceived obsolescence is the iPhone X just came out.
Oh, this ain't shit.
Well, I know my iPhone 7 Plus is only 60 days old.
Right.
But this shit is obsolete with regards to my perception.
Right.
You walking around, people go, what kind of phone? Oh, you got one of those.
Right.
You know, the 8 just came out. I went over to the store. iPhone 8 comes out, and I see a line down the street of all the media casualties that have decided, for some reason, they got to get that.
That's cold-blooded. The media casualties, I love that.
Wow. Perceived obsolescence.
And you know what the fucked up part is? And I had this battle on Facebook. Most people use their technology at 10 to 12% of its capacity.
Right.
So what you telling me is that this new iPhone, the only thing it can do is recognize your face and help Big Brother create a database.
Right.
And you just gotta have it.
Right, so they've used micro-escalation to put everybody into this box. I went to go get this new phone a week ago because one of the programs that I have an app on it would not allow me to work with an old one. I had to get a new phone.
Oh, yeah.
See, yeah, that's
because
what they
of
do.
some dick that created this app. So I am forced to get the new phone.
Yeah,
That's
2
how it
phones
works.
before, yeah.
Well, how forced are you to get the app? That's my here's my energy. Because I just had to do that. I just had to go from 32 to 64-bit because my 32-bit computer was dying, and they have made it so difficult to find 32-bit parts.
Yeah.
So I was forced.
We're just not going to use them anymore.
Now, I was, I'm a master of making $1 out of 15 cents.
Keep up or go Android.
I got a Mac Tower.
Yeah.
That should have cost me $2,200 for free. Because that's just my get down.
You hooked up with Lamont?
No, I hooked up with another cat.
Rollo?
I'll holler at you.
yeah.
I'll holler. So,
Fred?
don't you keep going. You're going to hit them. Because they from around your way.
Bubba?
Lamont.
Yes.
Grady?
Foolish. My point is this, is that I purposely put myself 3 to 5 years behind because of the mindset of the people and how yesterday's shit all of a sudden becomes
The new shit.
incredibly worthless. It's worthless.
Right.
I got a 90 Jag sitting at my house under a cover that is fucking pristine.
Right.
Just the V12 is bad in it.
Yeah.
I want to put a Corvette motor in it. Right now,
we go.
the hot motor, oh my God, you ain't shit if you don't have an LS1, LS2, LS3, the new Corvette motors. Well, what happened to the motor that was hot 10 years ago? It don't work all of a sudden? All of a sudden, it's useless?
You
it's
can go
worthless?
3 miles an hour faster. And
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
3 miles an hour,
right.
boy. You understand that?
Instead of doing 156, I can do 159.
Right.
It's the same ticket,
Same
asshole.
shit.
So, again, your narrative. Who writes it?
Yeah.
Who you keeping up with? Are they worth keeping up with? Has your belief in them and the lack of belief in yourself made necessary that pursuit?
Yeah.
Right? Krishnamurti, there is no end to education. It's not that you read a book, pass an examination, and finish with education. The whole of life, from the moment you're born to the moment you die, is a process of learning. We stop questioning once we think we've accomplished something. And for black people, once we cross the proverbial threshold of mama, I made it, we tend to forget that, there's much more to learn. There's much more to challenge. With more resources comes more opportunities to grow.
Doors open. Yeah.
Man, when your consciousness awakes, so many people are afraid to challenge the system that gave them gifts.
Yeah. Compliance.
I think
You've been told it was a gift. It wasn't a gift.
Right.
It was
I'm just
a
giving
fucking
you some shit back I stole from you in the first fucking place.
what it was
He gave me
is
this
what
jacket,
it was.
it fits perfect.
What it was a payment.
Ooh.
I tell my son this all day. Time, energy, effort that you invest in yourself gets paid back from life, regardless of
does.
what anybody has to say.
It does. Karma.
Fuck what I'm doing. You gonna teach my kids. I'm gonna just
The
drop them off.
time, energy, and effort you invest in you. You know how many motherfuckers are afraid to invest in themselves
In me, right.
because they've made friends with their woes?
Yeah. Lots.
Okay, we're no longer friends.
They've elevated their woes to a position of power in their life.
I can't trust you.
What happened now?
I can't trust you. This shit right here, this making
happened?
friends with your woes.
What happened?
That's the kind of shit. Because Zoe is my friend for real. I don't have very many friends.
My friend for real. I'm
an asshole, so I don't have very many friends.
For real.
There's a good chance that Zoe could be around me when I'm high and say some shit like that, and I will be in the fetal position sucking my thumb for a day and a half. I done made friends with my woes.
But that's what I'm saying.
Fucking insane.
We
You made
empower
friends with your woes?
Yes, we empower the powerless to define our lives. The people, listen, do you know how arrogant it is for the owner of the Dallas Cowboys to say if anybody kneels, you're fired? You know why you're fired matters? Because you're addicted to the payoff.
Yep.
And not just the money. My baby's a Dallas Cowboy.
Yeah, the prestige.
The prestige.
My baby done made it.
Whatever that is. But let me say this to you. When you get to the crossroad where the payment for moving forward in this corrupt society is your integrity. Because you got that platform, because you have that pedestal, we gonna see you make that transaction.
Dear Dallas Cowboys, those of you who can bench press over 300 pounds, those of you who can run the 100-yard dash in 10 something, those of you who are the biggest fucking houses, do you understand that there is a 147-year-old white man poking you in the chest and daring you to stand up?
I dare you to nail, nigger.
Fucking dare you. What would you do if a 147-year-old...
The Dallas Cowboys, you fuck, it's America's team.
That's right. What would
Travis?
I'm gonna be honest about it. I mean, this was the old West, and we were back behind the saloon. Big old fella, 6'5", 240, no fat. I'd think twice before I poke him in the chest. But if I'm standing in front of the saloon with my buddies, my other cowboys, and they got their guns and I got my guns, well, you can line up a batch of them big old porch monkeys and I'd tell them exactly what the fuck to do. Because they're afraid of my gun. Do you know what? It's the same damn thing. You're all afraid of Jerry's gun, and you know why? Because it shoots money.
Oh, wow.
Shoots money. And you're in niggers. A lot of folks like to say niggers worship Jesus. Niggers worship money.
You can see that on
niggers worship money.
Niggers worship money.
What is that training camp with the football training camp that's on HBO? What is that? Hard Knocks?
Yeah, Hard Knocks. Yeah.
When you watch them dudes train these guys, the way they speak to these brothers is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And these brothers sit there and take this shit, and the dude know outside of this damn field, you would not have no way talk to this. You wouldn't even look at this motherfucker out on the street.
But Kev, what you're breaking down is so cool. Imagine the motherfuckers who don't make it after enduring that
shit.
abuse.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Imagine this. Yeah. Imagine this. What if I'm talking to Kevin crazy and Zoe? If I'm talking to how many dudes are on a roster, on an NFL roster? 53. I'm talking to one dude, and the other 52 go, hold the fucking phone.
Thank you.
Who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
Thank you. Who the fuck is you talking to like that?
We will get in our expensive cars, go to our expensive houses, and work the rest of this shit out in court. You can keep this shit. We gonna play in our league and spend our money our way. It'll go a lot further because we will make a sub-economy inside of your economy. Now, what the fuck do you think of that?
Wow.
The dude on the WNBA coach just did it on the game the other day. When he was over there showing up a play, one girl, she was tired and she was leaning over and he said, "Look at me when I'm talking to you." Like he was like, I'm like, did you just fucking yell at her like that?
Listen.
Fuck.
Listen. Here's my disclaimer for the show as I wrap. We don't have not even close to all the answers.
All we got is questions.
All we got is questions. We just want to,
You have to find your own answers.
we just want to push the conversation. We want you to have the discussion.
Dialogue.
Talk about it.
The dialogue.
Yeah.
Listen, what role are you playing? Who said you weren't worth anything? And why did you believe him?
Who said you were worth everything?
Malcolm said it. Who told you to hate the color of your skin? That is buying into a stereotype. That is buying into a role. Somebody wrote it for you. Somebody told you you don't matter until they acknowledge you.
Media validation. Yeah.
Come on. At some point, you got to stand up and go, fuck your validation. Fuck your acknowledgement.
Hold it a Boko shot.
What I feel about me trumps everything. It trumps what my mama feel about me. It trumps what my daddy feel about me. What I feel about me, how I appreciate me overrides everything.
I don't give a fuck what you say.
Whether I'm listen, whether I'm wealthy or not. Oh, let me Cav do that. Go ahead, Cav. We only got a minute right now, so
yeah. Just real quick, I wanted to say, everybody, please get out there and keep supporting Cop Stop Guardian. This is going to happen, so I'm not letting go of this shit. So
my man,
get out there and donate. GoFundMe.com/CopStopGuardian, please. This is for you. So if you don't understand that, then I don't know what to do with you. Also, check out the Wordplay series on the Real Naggas YouTube and hit realnaggas.com up for the gear and the status class.
All right, there it is.
See you Thursday.
It was a great show, man. I'll see you tonight. Jeff will see you Thursday. I got new shows coming to Dash Talk.
My man.
Ooh, hey, that 90s R&B show that I'm producing with Steve Russell from Troop and Michelin, that's going to be ridiculous. Oh, and of course, Antonio Morse.
Antonio, shout out.
Tone Talks comes to Dash. Man, it's going to be crazy. Man, we doing it, man. Y'all continue to support and donate to all of the different mediums that we have going. Don't forget to hit the super chat button. I appreciate everybody. We out. Deuces.